Brian chose to concede, and so we will have Troy against Spencer. And it looks like Troy's flipped over to the other side of the table now. So Spencer will be on the play. Do you mind finding out Spencer's last name? If I remember right, Spencer is playing white.
Thanks again, brother.
All right, so here we are with the finals of the Game Grid Spring Championship, and we're lucky. We get to watch the last match play out. So it's Spencer against Troy. Again, Troy we thought had lost, but Brian conceded to Troy, and so Troy gets to continue to play. And that is some wonderful glare on those plays. So Spencer plays a 1-4 for 3 with flying and the option to have vigilance. Troy has his 2-2 with adapt 4 for 6, and gets to attack for 4 that turn after removing Spencer's blocker. Spencer then gets to use a removal spell on the 2-2. And Troy plays a Guildgate Promenade or something of that effect. And an Incubation Druid, very powerful option in this format. You can produce mana, and with Adapt 3, you become a 3/5. Spencer uses, returns it to Troy's hand, and gets to draw a card because of the Addendum's effect. And they are just swinging spells back and forth. There's another. Oh, there's the same Incubation Druid. It was returned to hand. That's right. And Spencer gets on tap and draw. Looks like he has some interesting choices to make. A lot of powerful, fairly expensive cards in his hand. It looks like he's going to go. Well, that was a high alert, but no, he's playing his Azorius Night Arbor. Again, a 2/5 Vigilance cannot be blocked, and in combination with that High Alert in Spencer's hand, a very powerful option. Incubation Druid. Adapting, using its own mana to get 3 counters. Now it can tap for 3 mana of any color, and it's also a 3/5. And there is the High Alert, and Spencer attacks for 5. He did, it has Vigilance.
Oh, it has Vigilance.
Yes. It also cannot be blocked, and so it's going to attack every turn.
Yeah, that's going to be... That's a clock right there,
It's
boys.
a very powerful option.
That's what we call clock.
Yes. Tick tock. Looks like, is this Druid attacking? Trying to maybe either bluff or bait for a combat trick?
Looks like word from chat. We just spent $500 each for top 4. Just playing for deep bites now. So.
It's good
Very
to
nice,
know.
very nice.
$500 each is not a bad deal. I am not exactly sure what'll happen there. It looked like a flurry of interaction to try to remove that Night Arbiter, which was successful and ended up with a Law Mage's Binding. Spencer has had enough of that Incubation Druid. Though I believe the Incubation Druid is still capable of producing mana.
Oh, you're not wrong. That's pretty standard.
That's absolutely true. There's a Rebel Belt Recluse, a 6/5 that must attack every turn from Troy, facing down a Humongulous, a 5/5 Hexproof. Well, it's a 2/5 Hexproof, but thanks to this High Alert. 5/5 comes in, offering the trade, and Troy takes it. What do you think of that trade there, Calvin?
I think it's pretty reasonable. Neither of them really want to take much damage. They're both around the same life total, so. Go either way, really. Maybe it does slightly favor Troy, because it has a few more cards in there.
I think Spencer played an Azorius Skyguard. It's a 3/3 flying first strike, and creatures your opponents control get -1/-0. Troy looks like he's playing a combat trick. Give his creature first strike, and then using a fight spell on this creature. And then a Rebel Belt. This
His own.
He's now cleared out Spencer's board.
Spencer's, is he top decking right now? Or how many cards does Spencer have in hand? 2?
Looks like he has 2 or 3, and 1 is a land. Spencer might be coming up a little dry. Again, we see that enchantment-based removal, though powerful, does not remove all functionality of a creature. However, I just confirmed that this Incubation Druid cannot be activated for mana. Its activated abilities cannot be activated under that Law Mage's Binding. Spencer gets to play Eyes Everywhere, which allows him to draw 4 cards and then discard 2. So going to help him out a lot. We thought he would look down empty, but if that's a card in your hand, it's a powerful option. Troy plays at Larynx with Riot and attacks for 6, bringing Spencer down to 7. Spencer needs an answer quickly. He does find one.
Well, he does have 3 lands in hand. He's played 1. He only has 1.
Oh wow, he
Spell.
drew 4, discarded
really
2,
unfortunate.
and still has a lot of lands. That is what we call mana flow.
It's a whiff.
Oh, where did he find that? Did he just draw that this turn?
Now he just has 2 lands.
And Troy's follow-up is a 2/3 with reach. But it looks like it's enough. So I must have missed some damage on Spencer's side if he's scooping to that 2/3, so I'm sorry about that. But that is game 1. Going in favor of Troy. We'll see how Spencer responds. Just trying to think of anything interesting they could find in their sideboards. I know that in draft, a lot of the time, you incidentally pick up on cards that affect enchantments, remove enchantments, whether you're in white or in green. And Troy could be heavily incentivized to bring that in just based on the power of High Alert. Spencer may want some more combat tricks or some more removal spells to be able to trade more effectively in combat. We saw that Spencer had a lot of powerful creatures that ended up dying in combat to Troy's, which, as Calvin noted earlier, it did favor Troy since he had more cards. He was able to kind of maximize that ability to trade and maintain a presence while getting rid of Spencer's own.
Both players don't have a board. Usually it's better to have more cards in hand.
Makes a
I
lot
can't
of sense.
think of it not being good, actually. Unless your opponent is playing, Ivory Owl Netsuke or something like that does damage to you, but that's also not legal in its format, so I can't really think of a reason. But you wouldn't want cards in hand, so.
Well, we're getting quickly over here to game 2. Spencer leads off with an island. Troy plays a forest. And Spencer looks like he has a 2-drop. If he can curve out, it'll be pretty strong. This is a 2/1 that scries 2 when it enters the battlefield. A nice option for a 2-drop, as it can maybe get in for a little bit of damage, maybe trade for Troy's own 2-drop, and also smooth out his draws.
There's the Crab Man again, back at him with them claws.
I can't remember the name of that card, but it's a 2/2 adapt 4 for 6.
Growth Chamber or something. Don't quote me on that. I don't really know.
No, it's not that card. Spencer then plays an Azorius Guild Mage. Troy's creature is a Sauroform hybrid. One
course.
green for 2/2, and for 6 it can adapt 4.
Very strong.
His other creature is a Rubble Belt Runner that can't be blocked by creature tokens. Spencer, meanwhile, has his Senate Courier to follow up. 2/3 flyer with Afterlife 1. Looks like they're both passing back and forth, neither of them really willing to trade their creatures. Troy coming in with his Rubble Belt Runner. Spencer could theoretically trade one of his creatures if he double blocks, but Troy threatening a pump spell gets in. That's one of the tricks of Limited, is playing around combat tricks. But here, Troy is able to follow up with another Rebel Belt Runner and a Skewer the Critics powered out by Spectacle to remove the Azorius Guild Mage. And here is a High Alert, upgrading the Senate Courier, but actually downgrading the Sage Rose Savant to effectively a 1/1. Troy's also getting dangerously close to Sauroform Hybrid Adapt mana. There's a Frenzied Erranx riding for a 1/1 counter, followed by a fight, killing off the 2/3 Senate Courier. And there we see a little bit of downside from High Alert, as that Sage should have been able to trade with the Sauroform Hybrid, but in this case it was only able to block. I believe Spencer took 5 there. It looked like he blocked the sword from hybrid, but that doesn't really make sense to me. Oh, and he scoops. With the threat from the Arinx and from the extra power that Adapt could give to the sword from hybrid, Troy is able to take it. And I believe that's 2 games to 0. Is it not?
That's the match, boys and girls. That's the championship right there.
That is the champion. Troy is your spring Game Grid champion. Congratulations to him.